This is the Bottlon Liberia. Welcome to the Bottlon Liberia. Today show we're going to have one of our strong panelists here, Mr. Christian Nelson. But before we start, we'll just do a little intro of the Bottlon Liberia.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottom Line Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
Good evening to our viewers. Good evening, Lucretia. Welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. How are you, Sis Lou? It's good to see you here.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I'm a bit tired. I had a long day. Went outside London to work. Got back home a bit late, but I'm okay, and I'm happy to be on the show with you tonight, and happy to be part of the program for our Liberian people, the most beautiful people on the earth, as the way Steve Mose can say. So it's a pleasure coming back because I've been away, I think, for a couple of weeks now. So I'm so happy to be back, even to everybody, all my Liberian sister brothers in and out of Liberia, Monrovia, whatsoever. Say good evening to everyone. It's a pleasure to be on the show this evening. Thank you,
It's
Paul.
great to have you. It's great to have you. So,
Thank you.
uh, Linford will be joining us in a bit, and Jamal will chime in too, so as to go into discussion tonight. We'll be looking at a few topics today. We'll be looking at the reservation of mobile money from the CDC. We'll also look at the comment Yeke Koluva made the other day regarding to we are arrival, and he was not given the opportunity to use the launch that he built named after his wife. We'll talk about that. And we'll look at other topics. We got like 62 more days for the 100 days of the new government and what they intend to do. So while we'll say welcome to our viewer to Bottom Line, kindly share the show. We're going to play a musical intro while we share the show. So, Lucretia, what say you
I'm doing good.
regards to the topic tonight?
I think for me, I'm a little bit disappointed with the behavior of how Joseph Newman's boycott treated our former president, because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, he's still entitled to everything as a former president. Over the years, Joseph Newman worked how many years in the government? He didn't think about with the vision to create a beautiful VIP lounge like what Mr. Weir thought about and name it after his wife, and to deny him, I think it's a disgrace on his government and a disgrace to the country. And we Liberians, we shouldn't allow that behavior to happen because it's complete nonsense. And I think Omer Boyka been, I really don't want to go personal, but I think he's been very ungrateful because if it haven't been golf fights, George, we are other people who knows what would have become of him today. And he's an older man, he should know better. Liberians people voted him based on the ideology that he's the best person, he's the godfather, all these things. So I don't think he actually displayed these qualities that like you said he possessed. So I think that was a serious blunder and mistake on his part. You cannot stop our former president from using a VIP lunch. Whether we like it or not, he is a VIP. So I think they need to get it straight because if he want peace in the country, that's not the right way he could be about, and they need to put stop to it because We need to unite. The country is divided. We cannot continue on this path. And he's an older man. He's our grandfather, and he should be setting the example in that country and not dividing us, because we just lead. We'll go for us to go visit what happened in the 80s and in the 90s, and we don't want to revisit our past. Our past is our past. We're looking forward, and we need a leader that will unite us together and bring us together to live as one. So that's my take on that. We are something, but I think it was not a nice thing for him to do. I'm very angry about it.
Very angry about it. Thank you, Sis Lucretia, for giving it into to our viewers on YouTube, on Jala TV. We want to say welcome to the Bottom Line, and those who also view us from Bottom Line Discussion Live. Kindly share the show. We're going to go into a musical intro while you share the show, and tonight we'll be looking at a few things. The restoration of Molba Molu. 62 more days left for 100 days that no car will be stuck in mud. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at the Yeke Koluba reaction to what has happened to President George Weah. So to our viewer, welcome to the Bottom Line. Kindly share the show. We're going to have a musical break.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will knock the ball. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach, indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. Fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach, indeed, and now unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the tendencies to be? You see, we just tell you that why we both tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
Welcome to the Borderland Liberia. This is the discussion point in Europe. We're based in Europe. Today, my co-host is Lucretia Nelson in the house with us. Linford Gwen and Jamal Kamara will be joining us shortly. Lucretia, welcome to the Borderline and also to our viewers that follow on Vajala TV, YouTube. I want to say welcome to the Borderline. This evening, we'll be having few things to discuss about Mama Liberia. We'll be looking at the resignation letter from Mobile Molu from CDC. We'll look at the reaction to the issue with President. We are now using the VIP lounge. We'll hear what Yeka Koluba have to say. We're also going to look at the appointments that were made. 2 names came out for one position. What is going on in Liberia? Why are they making mistake at this time? We'll look at that. And we're also going to look at the situation with the 62 more days left for the 100 days stuff that was promised. So we know that appointments still being made. Will they be able to deliver the 100-day message that they sold to us? Madam Lucretia, welcome to the Borderland. What say you?
Thank you. Wow. Which one we're discussing now? The 62 days?
No, firstly, I just want you to say welcome to our viewers where they can share the show before we get into the discussion.
Yeah, I think I've shared the show already. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, to get us started, we know that my Uncle Joe has been in office now for 6-7 weeks now. So time flying.
I think so, yeah.
There was a commitment made to the Liberians, though. So let me just share this one and say, 62 more days remaining. 6 indicators. Salary, have the people taken pay yet? Price of basic commodity, that's something local because no rice price have gone up. Will it be reduced? Basic public service, inflation, job opportunities. We know that a lot of people are unemployed. The university school fees and wire fee, all of those things that are training issue, 62 more days. And above all, the 100 days that were promised, there will be no more car stuck in the mud. We're getting into the rainy season slowly. And we did will it be delivered in 100 days? We've got 62 more days left. How far have they gone? So what say you from what you're looking at in the screen, Sis Lou?
From my observations of the government, I don't think these things have been met. Because up to now, I don't think people have taken pay. Prices of basic things are still, of basic commodities, the prices are still going up. And I think it wasn't fair to the Liberians and they lied to our people. Because even the UK now, prices of everything is going up. Because now a household now we're spending over 250 to 300 pounds to do our monthly shopping over that. There's no way Omeboyka going to tell anyone that the prices of goods will come down when in the developing world where some of these things are exported to Africa and things, the prices continue to rise. Cost of living have risen. Lifestyle have changed. It's no more those days used to get things very cheap. And they was honest to the Liberian people because he made it to look like he was just going to wave his magic wand and everything was going to be perfect. Prices would drop. The jobs would be floating. And I think they lied to our people and the Liberians will see for themselves. And because when you look at it, they continue to make the same mistakes with jobs allocations. They continue to allocate the position to 2-3% at the same time. I think this is not the first time, this is not the second time, maybe the third or fourth time the mistakes continue to happen.
So the 100 days that were, because every government comes to power, they say they have 100 days. The 100 day will be the clear indicator of what they're going to do. And now 62 more days remaining. Do you think within a 62 days, all of those things they promised to do in a 100 days,
no,
would they do it?
No, he won't. Because look at it.
You don't think so?
So for the starting point, he didn't get he never named his cabinet officials for them to start the ground work straight away. It took them, it were all confusions and things. So right now, I think most of them haven't really sat in their positions to be able to really do what they were employed to do. So definitely for him to meet up with the deadlines and things, I don't think he can make it. From my own observations and from my own perspectives, I don't think he will make it.
You don't think he will make it? No, so the 62 more days remaining. So I'm looking forward to going to River G when I get to Monrovia. And then I'm hoping that when I drive in, because when the rainy season starts, we're getting into it slowly.
And I hope car will be stuck in the mud.
All right. So you don't think you'll make it? And based on what you just said, there was an appointment that came out again today. And something caught my eye. And this is interesting that Ministry of Labor, one position, 2 persons went for it. 2 persons names were on it. How can they make this sort of mistake? This is what happened to this came from the Executive Mansion website. If you look at number 7, number 8, Ministry of Labor, they get Assistant Minister for Labor, Standard, Minister of Labor. The name repeated, Emmanuel, and then there's another one there in 7, Rufa. Look at those names only. The same position, one ministry.
Yeah. The 2 different people to show you that the incompetence is just so low because I think there's so much in rush and there's so much desperate for power that they continue to make the same blunder and make the country look stupid. Because at the end of the day, they should be able to check, proofread, double check, and make sure that before any names go out, everything you cross the T, you put a dot on the I, and make sure everything is accurate before you go out there into the public. What's the rush? There's no point to rush because it just continues to make sure that the government is not prepared yet. And I can see it because even though I didn't want to go too high on this government, I wanted to give them some time, but they continue to make the same mistakes over and over. And you cannot make such mistakes time and time again. This is not the first time, the second, the third time. And I just think it's a shame on Omeboyka.
So, but the thing is, let me move this letter. I mean, this appointment is, according to his, a shame on Omer Barker. But if the press secretary that released the information, they should not proofread this before putting it to the public. That how can you appoint somebody? You promise this person, and then you promise Paul, and then you promise Lucretia the same position, and you publish it. How this going to be like? It's interesting though. How can you put this out there? Two person, one ministerial position, assistant minister.
I
What's
will be
going on in
questioning
Liberia?
the press secretary to ask. I will be asking whether she knows exactly what she's doing, because this just showing her whether she competent or incompetent. Because before she put out anything, it's something I said it before. She need to double check. It's like me sending her emails out. Before I send any email, before I click the send, I should proofread or check and make sure everything is accurate before I send it off. So I think she has that responsibility. She owe it to the country to ensure that before she release anything, she should be able to be sure accurate and the accurate informations are there. Because when you practice, when you're a journalist, you have to make sure you don't just go by the say. Your information, you're gathering the information, you have to ensure that the information is factual, that you've got all the facts, that you want to present it out there to say, you know what, I can say that I've seen it with my two eyes. It's not based on the say. And not because Paul said this, you just bring it, reads. Even if Charlotte bring something to you, open it, read to make sure that own up to it. To say this is mine, I have to ensure that before I take it to the public, I've done my due diligence to ensure that the information is accurate for the public to be aware. So I think she needs to reflect and go back and see how best she cannot keep making the mistakes if she's the one bringing up.
So this is interesting. You can't blame her, but the president signed onto that before it was published. Did he not read it?
For the president,
I mean, the reason why I'm asking this because the UP is the most experienced government. They ran on this campaign that they were the most experienced people. George Weah administration were incompetent. We know all of this. So how come that you make appointment, one position, two names, one position, the president signed onto that, and it was published. And then the press secretary too did not read it and put it up for people to see it. And this is an elementary mistake from the experienced government.
This is why we told the Liberian people that
elementary mistake.
we told the Liberian people during the election time, campaign time, that President Boyka, his mental state was not high up there. And this mistake, seeing it, well, honestly, it's not strange to me because with his age, his mentality is not so strong. So he needs people really around him. Even if he sounds something, let them proofread and get back to him and make him to see that mistake. Because when you look at it, they probably bring out that right. So I'm sorry for saying that to our president, but that's the fact. That's the hard truth. And people around here, they have to be proofreading, keep checking, because it just make the country, make the government look stupid, make the Liberian people look stupid, because they claim to be the most incompetent party. But now, I think CDC said they're better than them, because what we see, all the blunders we did this year during George Weah administration, even though he was employing some people who are incompetent to the government, but he was not giving, appointing, allocating one job to 2-3%. I think they need to do more, because all they're doing now, they're letting the government down and making the Liberian people to know that there's somebody who not doing what they're supposed to do. I'm sorry, but I don't think they're doing it right, and this cannot continue. They need to get a grip on this and making the government to look very stupid. They need to get a grip, and this need to stop now, because it's just too much. One mistake, that's why for that motor 2, 3, and you can't do that.
So let's welcome Leiford.
Leiford, welcome.
Yeah, let me say good evening to all of you, and as usual, I'm not in studio, so I'm going to be very short on here, but we just have to discuss the issue. So it's good to be back here on the Bottom Line Liberia. We welcome our new people who are joining us for the first time. This is where we are, and this is where we discuss the issues. We give our opinions, like it, hate it, but that's it. That's what we feel about it. And the same way you feel differently about it, and then for which you may hate our opinion, is the same way we feel about it. But I think talking about a few of the issues that we've been, you guys been discussing, I was following, and when it comes to the appointment that the president is making, we cannot outrightly say that all is wrong. But again, there are a lot of flaws. There are a lot of mistakes. And it seems that there is somebody somewhere pulling some strings, either unknown to the president or with the president's acquiescence, but allowing it to happen. And why am I saying so? Like you guys were just discussing, the president affixes his signature to one particular appointment. And then when you look, somebody else is putting on something else, and for that reason, there have been calls on the social media that if you see any list coming up without the press secretary signing, that means it's false. So who's making another list somewhere, and for what? When the president is there to make the appointments, to leave it with the House to approve or to vet these people through confirmation. So it means that somebody somewhere is not in control, or somebody somewhere is doing something somewhere. So I think the president will have to put his feet down and make sure that he takes control, or else I think we're leading to a slippery slope. And this is, of course, this is a rescue train, right? And if the train derails, trust me, we have seen train derailing, and it's dangerous. So we hope the president can take control.
Wow. We hope the president can take control, because this is not good. It's elementary mistakes for that to happen. So if I were in the shoe, my name came out and your name came out in the same position, Leiford, how will you feel that, but I will promise this, and then Lucretia or me,
definitely, you and me will be asking questions. How did Paul get? In fact, if Paul was appointed first, or name came out on the other list, and then after that, my name came out subsequently on the same list for the same position, I would say, but how can? And Paul would be asking the same thing. How can? I thought it was me. No, it was not you. I thought it was me. No, it was not you. So you see, it means that right there, like I said before, there is somebody doing something somewhere, either with the president's idea, or being in the know, or without the president knowing. And if the president is doing that, for what reason? What is the motive? Is it that they want to make the president to look like he's not in control? And if the president is being portrayed as not being in control, what is he, president, doing to put this thing under control? Because how long can we go? And you might soon find out. I mean, I'm just creating some hypothesis here, right? You might soon find out that people will have lists, and you see two people going to the same office to remove one person, and then there will be war between the same two people who are going to remove one person. See, so they have to put their feet on the ground, and like Lucretia said, this is very elementary. This is elementary mistakes that we do not expect this government. I mean, this is a government that has been in power before for 12 years.
Yeah.
And this president has been vice president for 12 years. And besides that, added to his credentials, he's been in government circles for more than 40 years. When small, they're crawling on our belly. So, so what can we say? If you put a novice like me there, you'll say that they may have not been in government before. People will tend to understand my mistakes from the initial start. But not somebody who grew up in government. Okay, I grew up in the media. Okay, I grew up in the media. So if you put me on the radio or on the social media or on the television, whatever, and then I'm looking for a way to adjust the microphone, I don't even know where the mic is supposed to come on, and I'm looking for the button to touch, and then I'll look elementary because I've been there for long. But grab a guy from in the street and bring him to the studio. Everything will be strange to him, and you can allow his mistakes to slip by because why? He doesn't know. If you grab Paul now, Paul is an engineer. Take Paul to the operating studio and give him the equipment or the instrument and tell him to operate somebody. Paul might make mistake. Why? Because Paul has not been there. But if you put Paul on the computer, because he's in a IT store, and then you tell Paul which element is this, what he will know exactly what to touch. So you see, we all believe that this president should know because he's been there, he grew up there. By far of our understanding, this is the only man who has been in government circle for long, who is now president of our country. He's not one of those newcomers that came and want to be president and begin president George Weah, So these mistakes are very elementary to start with in the first place, and we hope they will not continue.
Right. So that let's fast forward. You talk about experience. That the most experience is being in government, also being vice president for 12 years. Now, we briefly spoke of what happened to President Weah arrival yesterday. But then, during I stumbled on a video also, Yeke Koluba reaction. I want you guys to listen to this, and then I want both of you input on this.
Okay. Honorable Koluba, former President George Weah just entered the country, and today, in fact, he was denied usage of the newly constructed Claire Marie Weah VIP Lodge. What can you say about that?
No, I don't think so. What you are saying, I don't think is correct because former President Weah is still known to be the former president of this country. So I think he should be entitled to the VIP lounge. So if you are saying that, it's not true.
Well,
I think Bouakai has served for the 5 years in government and served 12 years on Madam President will do that. So it's not true.
It was confirmed by the Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana. According to her, that VIP lounge is exclusively for president. But then Vice President Bouakai. President Bouakai for presidents. That's what she said.
For president.
Yeah. So, but then when Vice President Jeremiah Kun was leaving the country, he used that VIP lounge. But today, former President George Weah was denied, including his wife.
Look, the Unity Party-led government have decided with which one, and we need to stop that. I think what President Bouakai should be doing is to reconcile this country. To have a man that you did not win with a majority vote. Tell not to say you have won the election. That means that person is a reconciler. That person wants peace in this country. To see Joseph Bouakai, that everybody, including myself, say you are a reconciler. I don't want to believe that. If that is true, that is witch hunt. That is against everything humanly possible. You understand what I'm saying? President Bouakai need to be very careful. He's moving on the wrong path. He's moving on the wrong path. And he's setting bad precedents for people that are working with him. We did not change government to witch hunt. We did not change government for the government to behave in the manner and form in which this government is behaving. These people have become dictators, and they must stop it. President Bouakai is proving to be someone that did not even sit for the vice presidential position ever in the history of this country.
Honorable Yeke, what do you mean to reconcile? What is reconciliation to you? How do you reconcile people?
Well, looking at President Dr. George Weah, that was defeated with nothing less than 15,000 votes, and the person conceded to say congrats, that means you must respect the person. But President Bouakai do not have respect for himself. That's why he is proceeding. Everything that is happening, we hold him responsible for it. We elected President Bouakai. We never elected people to proceed the way they are proceeding. And this government, like I said, this government has failed already. To the fact that people have started to implore the family people.
They haven't even been good 60 days.
Look, somebody
saying
can
the
come in 2
government
days and become a failure. Somebody can come in 2 days and become a failure. The way I campaign for this government, nobody in the country campaign for this government. But the government is bringing themselves to shame and disgrace. Joseph Boakai will regret knowing the name Yeke Koliba. Joseph Boakai will regret why Yeke Koliba voted for him and campaigned for him.
Guys, you have listened to Yeke Koliba's reaction to what has happened to President Weah. So I will start with Lucretia and then Linford. What do you take on that video, Sis Lou?
I think on that video, what Yeke said, he was right, because we cannot treat our former president like that. Especially, as I said, Boakai been in government for the something years. He was vice president for 12 years. He never had a vision to say, let's go and renovate our VIP lounge at the airport. He never did. So a man that worked hard with all that, that talks so and so. But George Weah, his 6 years, we can see George Weah, some of his fingerprints around Liberia. And to the airport VIP lounge, he thought about it. He had a vision to say that update it for our VIP when they come into the country and for our president. And he being an ex-president to be denied, here his wife, and the VIP named after his wife. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. It just, Omer Boakai, whoever did it, it just made it to look stupid. And Omer Boakai is looking for trouble. We do not want any more trouble in that country, one piece. Because you cannot disgrace our former leader and stop him from going to that VIP. Where was Omer Boakai the 12 years? Did he be on a VIP? I don't think it should, as Yeke said, because if we set this kind of precedent, it will be bad. And this is not what we want. We need to be able to respect our former leaders.
What say you?
Yeah, adjusting the process, or it was wrong. They shouldn't have done that to him. It was wrong.
It was wrong. So what say you, Linford? Looking at the tape, like Yeke Koliba reaction to this VIP launch thing. Is Yeke spot on here?
Well, just before I even say anything, let me just do one of the most important things on the show is to welcome our newcomers, people who are coming for the first time. I see like Orita Benson, Kaiser Taris, Joel Owen, Kanga, Anthony T. Fire. Even though Anthony T. Fire is GMB supporter, JKK, one he wrote here, and also Ire Falling Campaign, Honorable Josiah Tapper Jr., Mario Wiade City, and also Erasmus Jonathan Tool. Those are strange names that I'm seeing for tonight, and we want to say welcome. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Always be there with us. We come on. Our major days are Tuesdays and Fridays, but we do come on anytime in the middle of the week when there is a need to do so. Okay, touching on the Yeke Koliba thing. This, we did discuss that last night, and for me, I still have hours or perhaps days to wrap my head around the motive behind stopping Weah from using his own project. It's like I go and make my farm, time to harvest, and he say, I will not eat on the rice. So then people, even if I don't ask why, the bystanders would ask why, and that's what we are doing on behalf of Weah. And somebody said last night that Weah should have taken the phone to call Joe Boakai while I'm at Insta. No, Weah didn't have to do that. Like Sister Lucretia said, if Joe Boakai had been in government all this long, like I said, he grew up in government literally. He knows the in and out. Then he became second man in command for 12 years, which was a very good training ground for him. Then he became the me man, the sheriff now, that can take the shot. Why is he waiting? Why is it that things are beyond his control. It seems that things are beyond his control. And he should know fully well that the VIP is prepared for all very important people. And that includes President Boakai, ex-President Charles Taylor. Even if Taylor came from jail today and came to Liberia, Taylor should use that VIP.
Of course.
Ex-President Johnson Sirleaf is entitled to it. And even before that VIP was built, because it's a new one, they had the old one there, and which is stayed there. Joe Boakai, when he was traveling to Nigeria and other places during the campaign, he used the old VIP because he was former vice president. So why is he forgetting so early that he was just former vice president a few months ago, and now he's president, and deny another former president, not even former vice president, but former president, who in fact built this project named after his wife. And I mean, I've not seen anything very bizarre like that. I think if anybody did it intentionally, that person is heartless. That person is very egotistic. That person is very selfish. That person is very, very untamed. That person is very uncouth. I mean, I can go on Nini, describing the person. It doesn't make sense, Paul. And nowhere in this world it will make sense. Where is not indicted, where is not expelled, where even if you say we are that president, like his name is in the book as ex-president. So why would you do that? So I find it very disturbing to even discuss something like this, because anybody from the outside world that will listen to the kind of discussions would think that we Liberians are some sort of people that do not understand what we're doing. Having a president who has been in government for all his life, I mean, it's just inexplicable. Nobody can explain it.
Wow. I think what wrong is wrong, because I don't know if you listened to Nathaniel Magee press conference today. He also spoke of that, and I think he's taking it to the upper house to discuss it, because what went wrong, they're going to find out why. If you
I can show you, Paul Sarah, I'm not going. I can show you. Joe Boakai will come up with a usual excuse that he didn't know. Yeah.
But if he didn't know, then whoever responsible should be fired. Should be honest.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you're disgracing our country, not just president. We have former president that just left office, not even 5-6 months, and you want to treat him like that. I don't think Liberians we should allow Joe Boakai and his gangster there. We so-called we have government for one now, but I think Joseph Boakai government is worse than the 419 now, because what they did is a gangster behavior. In a civilized country, you don't do that. It's completely out of order. Completely.
It even bring more questions out.
In the country again.
It even bring more questions out whether we will be entitled to his pension money, sir.
Yeah, but
so this is. I mean, we the earlier on we spoke about 62 more days remaining for the 100 days, and within, I think this is about 7 weeks in government, the new government, if we look at it. And going back to what Lucretia just says, against the behavior. A few days ago, the university students had their peaceful protest. And what happened? The police beat on them. And then after that, you did not judge we are of using a VIP launch. Where are we heading? Is it a good start? Therefore, you've been around the media for long. Is this a good start?
I will tell you something. That saying in Liberia, or maybe internationally, that if the Christmas will be good, you can tell from the eve. I'm tending to believe it. Because how in the world that a new government with all players, because the only thing that is new here is the frame of the government, the frame, like you have your picture in your old frame, and then you remove that picture, then you put new picture inside, but it's still the same old frame that you put new picture in. So it doesn't change anything about the frame or about the picture itself. So you got a government that is new, but with all the old players on board. And then they start like this. they want to do things in a usual way, and even worse. I have not seen any president in Liberia. All the presidents I have seen, as well, Provo, then Doe, then Kim, Taylor, and the rest of the guys. I have not seen any president behave this way. I mean, from the start, it's like it's hard to explain, because this thing, everybody is seeing it. Everybody knows that it's wrong. Even they in the government, they know that it's wrong. But then the question is, why are they doing it? Is it because they feel that they want to do it, or is it because they feel that nobody will talk? Paul, to be frank, on this issue, I'm very, 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 very flat. I got no contribution to make, because I just don't understand. It's beyond my normal human understanding. I'll have to take time to look at them, because they are people who can justify what they're doing. So I have to take time, look at them, watch them, and then my brain will try to interpret their action compared to the motive behind what they're doing. Because it's very difficult to know,
Right. So it's difficult. But then what about the situation with the university students that had a peaceful march? University students are always on the march. So what happened to them?
Let's go back
for the police to beat on them.
Let's go back to the Singh government, the makeup of the Singh government. My big brother, who I respect, because I remember when I was growing up, some of the names we were hearing were the Alari Topaz and Wogabi Tapia and all these groups. I grew up on a bypass right opposite the police station. So I was in the middle of everything. Okay, I was on Ellie Kappa 24 hours, either picking the green plum or playing basketball or going to 406, or I used to call it 406 or something. I grew up there. So I knew some of these things. And I would tell you, even the LU saga that took place under Doe, it almost caught me there. Okay? So I knew some of these names. The Kofi Woods. Kofi Woods is in this government, very close to the president. He was student leader. The Alari Topa. Alari Topa was on his platform. Alari Topa was one of those people who said, well, the United Party were breaking away from the CPP so that they will go for something big, which would be much better to serve the Liberian people on this platform. So, and they were all student leaders. Where are they today? In this government that just 6 weeks into their leadership, they will go and begin to brutalize students. When they, Alari Topa, Wogabi Tapia, and all the rest of them, whose names I cannot mention now, stood on podiums at the University of Liberia when we were kids, and they injected into our minds that the students from the University of Liberia should be untouchable, they should be the torchbearer of future leadership, and they should be respected. That today, these people who do all these things and they indoctrinated us, they have come now in government, and then they sit down silently. And there's a quote that they say, at the end of the day, our enemies will not be the ones to blame, but our friends who were silent when things were happening to them. They're paraphrasing it, right? People who are supposed to be our friends, they sit down silently and bad things happen to us. At the end of the day, we will not blame our enemies, but we will blame those people who should be there for us. Okay? So it's like if I went out and Paul is my friend, Paul was there, and people, somebody can start to beat me and do bad things to me, and Paul's standing, watching, you can't take action. At the end of the day, yeah, I'll blame the person who beat me. I'll say, but Paul, you were right there, the male beating me. Why you come to my aid? Instead of you blaming my beater, or the male beat me, if there's a word, a beater. But I'll be blaming Paul now. I say, Mama, you were right there, the male beating me. Why you can't help me? So these people should be in the vanguard. They should be the ones to speak out. Even if they don't want to speak out openly against the government, but they should be there to sympathize with the students. But up until now, I have not heard from the Kofi Woods. I have not heard from Danny or Alari Topa and
Anthony Kesali.
They were some of the ringleaders at the University of Liberia. So it's wrong. It's wrong to declare war on the students. The students are armless. The students do not have all they do is the same beam of Alari Topa they made us to believe that yes, they were there for the masses. It's the same beam of the children making. The children had knife. When we did it, when Akara Grape took people on the campus, the same United Party people were making all the noise around here. And we're talking about within a space of like 6-7 months, not even a year when Accra Green marching on campus. Okay, but the same people are doing it today. So where do we go and who do we believe? Paul?
So I'll bring Lucretia on this one here. We know that the university students have always, they brought many government down in Liberia with their protests. 6 weeks into government, you beat on the university student. You don't think that would give them more ammunition to go after your government, any mistake you made? Because we know what happened under the weird government, and those very students supported Joseph Newman Boyka in this election. They voted for him. Because remember, Carlos Gray went on the campus, they had think there was July 26th protest. Those students were massacred by CDC folks. And now, in 6 weeks, the most experienced government doing the same thing. Isn't this a new opening for the university student now? Any mistake they made to go after them? What say you, says Lou?
I think, because my take on this, Liberians, we are that honest with ourselves. Because when I'm friendly with Mary, whatever Mary does, it's good. And I can't speak against Mary. If I'm not friendly with Paul, anything Paul does, then it's bad. Because they say UP people, including Omer Boyka, when the students used to take on the street when they send the water on them and beat them, everybody will gang out and deal with the CDC government. Everyone had mouth on. We are getting upset when we are. But today, the same Boyka who spoke against it, the same UP people who spoke against, they're now doing the same old thing and even worse thing. So what's going on? What is going on? He wants to say he couldn't allow the soldier, the police, or whoever to negotiate with the students, ask for the student leader and talk to them, negotiate with them. You got to go and beat them up again so early like this. But I think the government got more time to beat the student, every student, because students will not, they did it with every president, and his government will not be any exception. Look at this price again. And Mr. Boyka, he has wisdom, this, that. So how can somebody with wisdom behave like this? How will he send troops on the people? Because I thought he the right person, the father of the nation, that he would have gotten his car, go and meet the students, ask for the student leader and talk to them. I think he's going on bad way, and the soup student will not sit back. And the Alarico and the rest of the other leaders who are part of soup, when they were all LU, it's a disgrace for all of them. They're sitting down there muted and cannot open their mouth to even condemn anything, only because they're in the government. It just shows that our people will work for the salt we eat, we just sit there good for nothing. Because if they got a moral respect and integrity, they will speak out. They will just sit there and keep quiet. This is completely wrong. This is the old man who has the wisdom, the most experienced leader. But in a way, the Liberians dress the devil, so they have to dance with him. That's all I can say.
And to just add a little bit to what Madam Nelson said, I recall during the Ellen Johnson administration, there were several protests by the CDC then. And there are reports that they had over 100 or almost 200 plus protests. And some of those protests ended up bad. People got wounded, people died. But I remember on one particular situation, I don't remember the date or what the occasion was, but President Sirleaf had to engage the protest of the students. She got down and moved to them and talked to them. See? And I think when people protest, it's a way of conveying that message, especially on the kind of arrangement that we have, the kind of democratic arrangement that we have that gave we the citizens the power to engage our leadership, to even change our leadership, if we so see it necessary. And the same constitution empowers us to assemble peacefully. As long as we didn't take guns, we didn't take knives, we didn't take cutlasses, we didn't take petrol bombs, we're not burning houses, we're not breaking cars, we assemble no matter what is the size of the group and no matter the venue, we have the right to do that. Because the Constitution did not say, do not go to the Executive Mansion to protest, do not go to the Capitol Hill, do not go anywhere. It said we can protest, but we should do it how? Peacefully. And if you see that some of us in the group protesting are doing wrong thing or are violating by using or burning things and destroying things, you can pick on that particular person. But you can't go and start to, tear gas everybody and shoot everybody and start to, no, it's wrong. And the part that puzzles me is the same people who are talking against it are doing it. So then, who do we trust? I continue to ask this question. It will build in the minds of the people that we cannot trust anybody. Because Jonathan, he said the same thing. He talk against it. When he get there, he just even worse. Then Peter can, so we'll continue going in a vicious cycle. We're not ending. We're just going. It's like the letter O. It's just right. You just go around. If you want to walk the line of the letter O, you just go around your whole lifetime. You'll not reach the end. You see? So for me, it becomes very difficult to understand where we're going and how we reach the end of the road that we are treading. And so I think this government should begin to think about the past, what they condemn. I mean, look at students. This is somebody's child. And trust me, this child is of voting age. She could be, I don't know whether it's a girl or boy, but I think that's
what. It's a girl here.
Yeah, she should be one of those who was chanting the rescue train. She could be. She could be. If not, either her mother or her father, her brother, or one of her relatives might have chanted. You see it? So now she becomes a victim of a government that she's chanted for. You see it? So, people, I'm still confused. And what is the essence of using force against students? So what is the military come, and now the military wives were just protesting. No police went there to use tear gas on them because they know the power of the military. So these governments, when they come, what they do is let the weakest link among us, among the citizens. And now, there's another group I just read somewhere where another group within the military is calling for a UCMJ against those people who send their wives to protest. They want to, institute, they want to take them to court, to the military code, the Uniform Code of Military Justice. They are calling on the government to do that. And how possible is it going to happen? You can't take one group of the soldiers and say, well, we're going to prosecute you because you're sending your wives. So they too, they can stage something and say, okay, we agree. So what are you going to do? So are you going to use another group of soldiers who say you should prosecute them against their own brothers? So you can't do that. So when I read that story today, sorry, my computer is going to know that's why I'm trying to connect. So when I read that story today, I get laughed. The first thing that came to my mind, that was a joke. Because that particular group of soldiers, or those particular groups, and those are soldiers that should be coming from Lofa County, I want to believe. I never see my own team with him. This government, number one, is replete with tribalism. There's a list here, a list of new appointments today. If you check this list, I just got a list. If you check this list here, you'll see that there are people whose name sound like people from Lofa. Okay? You can see Fire in there, I see all kind of people, Moruba in there. Okay? So this list tells me that there are people from Lofa. Now, the next thing is the soldiers that will be, that saying that they should carry the other people to court. They are soldiers who are backing this government because they are connected to the president or somewhere. Yeah, and that's it. Because the scenario in Liberia here is that if I am there, I get my own people who are loyal to me. When I move from there, Paul get people. Okay? And that's why you see all the noise, because people want to be connected, people want to be part of the big elephant meat party. So they will support you when you get there. You do it. That's why even the president making all the appointment with all the local country people for nothing. No, because he does that to get protection. We saw it during the total. Okay, and then Nima country people, all the
So
they'll do the same thing.
That means it's merry-go-round.
It's a merry-go-round. I can't give my own prayer with you. I was talking.
I think the government need to exercise some restraint and be able to apply, let the police or whoever apply their negotiation skills with protesters.
It's interesting though, because
but they need to be very mindful of what they're doing.
Before move on to the next topic. Just few weeks ago, before Armed Forces Day, that didn't take place, group of women called themselves military wives were blocking traffic everywhere in the country. No one police officer went to even move them for people's vehicle to pass.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, poor students go to do their peaceful march to ask their government. They have not been in school for 4 months. And then you send the police to beat on them. Why you couldn't send the police to beat on the army women?
Yeah, army wives.
No, but
that's totally wrong. When something is wrong, it's just wrong.
I told you that the government will look at the weakest. No, it's no. At the marshal arrived, and one of the things they told us is that if a group of people jump on you to fight, look for one, the one you think you will demoralizing, disable him. If you can break a guy here, you can pause a guy here, do it. The rest of them will see him and will run. So the government is been very selective here. The government has been very selective. They see the students cannot resist. You waste common water on them, they will run. Some of them will start getting hurt. So they'll pick. You think even if one soldier man, one military man get up and go demonstrate in front of that mansion, nobody will shoot him. Or no police will step there because you touch the entire military. So let alone the wives of soldiers who are disgruntled, then you go send police. That's the day the thing you're looking for, you'll get it. That's why. So the government is very selective.
Let's progress. Now the whole thing here, we know that it's not right about this young girl that was beaten. She's going to remember it was the UP government that beat her up. And she now going to tell people how bad. So this is the cycle I'm talking about, because she did what she wanted to do to speak to her government and she was beaten. And that's the fact. So I want to chime in something else here. And Lifa, I will start with you. Have you seen the resignation letter from the CDC party chairman, Moba Molu?
I received that stuff, and I was like, yes. To answer your question, I received it through one of my various chat groups, and I did not really go through the.
Yes, I didn't go through it much. It was sorry last
what I did was I just came through it, and then I saw that all the I've tried to make sure that this letter came from, this resignation letter came from Moba Molu. And then
it came from him.
Yeah, and I was laughing. That to myself, I said to myself, well, I saw this coming long time ago. I saw this coming long time ago. You know, the guys in the CDC, few things had happened in the past, especially Moba Molu. From the start, Moba Molu had that zeal, that momentum. But certain time came right after the elections. Certain things happened at certain point, and Moba Molu started to get disgruntled, and then he made certain statements. First, he was caught on telephone talking that the president can get drunk, he can sleep with girls, and blah blah blah. He can go and negotiate for money and bring it, which was not official. It's like two friends, like you and myself, we supported Mr. Cummings, right? In the going election. And then, we get disgruntled at some point. While two of us on telephone, I said, oh, my man, the way Mr. Cummings doing it, like him, why the man so quiet, he started, we get talking, and then somebody recorded. So I don't think Moba Molu meant to actually attack Joshua. in that manner. But it happened, and then it came out. And we are too, I'm sure we are will not have just taken it lightly because it was his character that was being assassinated indirectly. So I think all these things happened and it was building up. And Moriba Molu became cool at a certain point, you know, even leading to the election. As you, the Moriba Molu that I know, who used to hold press conferences several times a week before the 2017 elections, were not doing the same thing. So, you know, I saw some of these things coming, but then we waited for it to come out. And anytime I talk, I can send a little give some story. And I remember when we were small boys, we used to go in the interior to go catch a person, right? When you know it in a hole, you start putting fire, just sit there and wait for it. Okay, you gotta rush, put it there to the mob, to the whole mob. It will come start pouring, fire, smoke. It will come. So I saw some of these things coming, but I didn't expect that it will come out today. But I knew that it will come at some point. And especially at this point when the elections are over, we are considered, and then new government is in place. So, Moriba Molu will ask himself, what is my future right now? Is we are going to run, or is the party going to stay together as a coalition, or what's going to happen? So he said he resigned, and then he outlined some of the big steps of WIA for which he felt that he should resign as party chairman. And then he also went on to point out a very important thing, that he is resigning as chairman of both the CDC and the coalition, but he still remains a committed member of the Congress for Democratic Change. So he's a member of the party, but he's just resigning his post, and I think it's his right to do that. Anybody can do that. Any position you can resign. So I think for me, I think that was his decision, and we should respect it, irrespective of the time it came and how it came.
You don't think recently he did call a press conference, and then he stated that they were having a CDC retreat in Grand Bassa County.
Mm-hmm.
That is it, how they call it, re-election of CDC into government. But then after a week, President Weah Rowe said it was going to be canceled because it didn't come from the executive committee or the CDC. So it might be some kind of internal fight within the party that Moriba Molu felt dissatisfied with, led to his resignation. And before that, I want to chime in on that one. Then I want Lucretia to talk about after his resignation, UP people put up the picture here of Moriba Molu and Prefect Key shaking hands. And this Prefect Key man who been abusing George Weah from day one for the past 6 years. And this, CDC people were not happy with this. So you people put the picture up after his resignation. I want you to talk about whether it's an internal crisis within the CDC, and then Lucretia can look at that picture and give me her view, what she think about this Moriba Molu taking picture with Prefect Key who been abusing George Weah for 6 years.
Well, I'm gonna use one stone to kill two birds, because this could be, maybe this is my last cut on this show because I need to get off. But yes, like I said, every organization has internal conflict, and I just hinted you about what happened between George Weah and Moriba Molu long ago. And besides that, this is a coalition. So while Moriba Molu is a member of the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, and then also chairman for the whole coalition, and besides that, the CDC as well. So Moriba Molu was very powerful. And then he's member of the executive committee as well. So if things had not been very good, smooth, the working relationship had not been very good, smooth, and then the party, in fact, lost this election. So some people might be thinking that, okay, Moriba Molu has outlaid his usefulness, and, he's not important, and people might not be cooperating. I'm just saying something. People might not be cooperating with him. And like you just cited, that he said we're going to have, he announced that we're going to have a retreat in his press conference. And then we are comes out and say, no, the press conference will not go up because it was not mandated by the executive committee. So it means that there is some little scuffle. There have been something in the back that we don't see, but we only feel the effect. And these are some of the effects that we see now, that he is resigning. And then we are also is coming back again to say that the decision taken by him for the retreat was not mandated by the executive committee. So there is some misunderstanding somewhere that we don't know. Even the federal government that is ruling now, we know that there is some misunderstanding somewhere. That's why the president will release one list, and then one Joe Blow from somewhere will release another list, and we don't even know the sources of those lists that are coming out. So every organization, there must be some little misunderstanding somewhere. So for sure, I want to tell you that it happened. Okay, regarding the picture with Prophet Key, see, I told you that the elections are over. CDC lost. What is the future of CDC? Where do they start from? Are they seeing themselves coming back in power after performing this well in the last 6 years? Well, so all these questions run in the minds of people, especially people, prominent people, like Moluba Molu in the party. So some of them say, well, listen, this thing, I think it's about time to quit. There is a country music that says, when to leave the gambling pool, right? And that's not the right place to count your money. Then you think you are one, then you start saying that counting, you will be encouraged to continue playing. So when you get your cut, you leave. So Moluba Molu, I'm not saying that's why he did, but he could just be thinking about the future and say, look, what is my future here? What's here for us again? Okay, so let me just quit, and probably my friend, but he didn't resign from the party though. But maybe that could be the next decision. And then Prophet Key taking picture with him. Well, I don't think Prophet Key is his enemy, so to speak. And even I think if you give Prophet Key the chance to meet Joshua, he might want to say, "Oh, President, I'm sorry for what I did to you, but let's take picture." So that's just picture. We don't know what was discussed when they took that picture. We don't know their level of friendship. So I can't comment on it. I can't say anything. But at least we saw them, they took picture. And we all here, when we sit here, we talk about reconciliation most of the time. We say that the president now is not reconciling the country. So if we'll reconcile, then let's swallow the bitter pills to reconcile. So without Prophet Key insulted, we are already 12 years, and he comes to Moluba Molu and they meet and he says, "Oh no, Mr. Molu, let's talk." They can make it. And even our own political leader, Mr. Cummings, reconciling with people, with Costa denigrated in all the months, almost 2 years. Costa's birthday, he called Costa, he congratulated him. Okay, Costa alluded to that. So reconciliation entails swallowing the bitter pills, forget about the past, and move ahead. So I think that picture where they took picture, we don't know what was discussed, but I mean, we see it. So they are different. We hope to see other leaders do the same thing. Like maybe we are in Prophet Key meeting, or the rest of it. So guys, on this note, I will say thank you for tonight. I need to get going. So I'll stay follow the show while I'm going, but it was good to be here, and thanks to our newcomers, our new viewers. We encourage you to stay here. Thanks and have a good night.
Thank you, and we'll catch up. Yeah. So welcome, Jamal.
Hi, Jamal.
Yeah, and also we're not hearing you, Jamal. No. Why are you waiting for Jamal? So look. So Lucretia, chime in with about this. If you can chime in with the Moluba Molu situation, is it because we know it's an internal fight now for his resignation, and then the UP people were happy to see them putting Prophet Key picture of Moluba Molu. What they just want to post saying in Joshua Gary, or what the intent of them putting on the Moluba Molu picture? So I just.
I really don't want to be judgmental, but however, I just think that the optics doesn't look good because he just resigned. He sent a resignation letter when yesterday, and for picture of he and Prophet Key to be flying around, I don't think it's really nice because we have been a friend to Moluba Molu. They all been in this together. They won the election, and as far as I can see now, it's like the trust has been broken, and also betrayal, because we are could feel betrayed by
Moba Molu.
Molu, because they were once very good friends, and this is a man that you sorted we are mother for the past 6 years, and then hanging your resignation next day, you all laugh. I just don't think the updates doesn't look good, to be honest with you. It's good for we all to come together to reconcile, to be able to forgive and forget, but time is either wait maybe after a couple of weeks you have handed your resignation. If it's possible for you to meet with the president, you just have a chat and say, oh, so person want to contact me, and I will be reaching out to him. But for me, I feeling it. I have to say he did it to me, because trusting somebody is something else than for someone to betray you. I just felt that Molu shouldn't have done what he did. He shouldn't have. If I had the opportunity.
But the thing is, we just said that it's just a picture that he ran into Prophet Key and he shook hands. Somebody took the picture and decided to post saying we are Gary. It could be the case. It's not. It couldn't be that Mobile Molu intentionally
then
did
he know
it.
your public figure. Then he should have gone to a radio station or maybe just make a statement on his chat. But it really doesn't look good for. I know he does not owe anybody any explanation for what you call friendship. Friendship is worth anything, because when you friend with somebody, you say this person is my friend, that trust. And when you betray a friend, it's so painful. Like today, I feel so bad, because the point is this is a God that insulted we are mother, and we have been there for Molu there. I don't think we have deserved this, to be honest with you. But anyway, we are all him up. We all do things differently. But that's my take on that.
Right. That's your take on that. Linford said reconciliation. So welcome, Jamal. What your take on what we're discussing new? Because you just jumped in. So Mobile Model resigned today from the as a party chairman, both CDC and the collaboration that they were in. He's stepping aside, but he still be a strong member of the party. And then after his resignation, the UP people decided to post saying we are Gariba, flashing Mobile Molu and Perfect Kids shaking hands. What say you?
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me once again. This is very common in Liberia, guys. You found out that somebody leaving a job. No, Mobile Molu, the resignation was overdue, I think. If you did read the newspaper story about his resignation for Delos, it says that his functions as chairman of the party was constrained. So because of that, that limited him to do a lot of things. So he was forced to resign, kind of. So if they reduce your responsibility as a chairman, you can't do anything. And the chairman of the coalition party as well. He got constrained according to him. That's why he left. But but the paper also give credit to Molu for setting up a vocational training center at the CDC headquarters where partisans, party members, and party enthusiasts were benefiting from the educational program. He was one of the hardliner in the CDC, and also well-respected guy because he was a loud-mouth guy. Not only that, he should have left his job a long time. When the audio leaked about his attitude, his statement about George Weah, President Weah. That's the time. This westward, in this part of the world where you must have lived. When these things leaked and they know that you are the one, you should have resigned your job. That is complete out of order. You should have left the job a long time ago. Gossiping about your boss, that's unacceptable. But I think Joy has been very patient enough for him, kept him for a very long time, and let it go. And now he has asked his kind of way to reduce activities. Just what happened to Fagon. Ask him to go for treatment in the US. When he was in the US, they just asking he's no more a minister, deputy minister, or he's assistant minister anymore. So this is how you kind of literally silence or strangulate somebody from the job. And going to shake hands with Prophet Key, I don't think Joy Marty, he doesn't care. Joy had been insulted all the time by Prophet Key for how many years? He insulted his mother, so he did not even respond. You see, they had a saying, it takes two to tango. If you insult me, if I talk back, that means I'm reacting to you. If you're crazy, I speak to you. I'm crazy. So George Weah has been sometimes being very, very, he did not respond to us. He's a guy who doesn't even like the media to go around to talk about. At some point, you'll say, yeah, if you go meet him one-to-one and say, I know you always cussing my mom. He will tell you, yeah, I know you always there saying cussing my mom. I can't hear what you say. In a typical Liberian way, he will tell you. But it's not a guy who will go to the media and tell you, I'm going to address this. So those picture women, we have seen a lot happening when it says yes. I'm not surprised Molu thought what he doing the picture shaking hand with Prophet Key will hurt George Weah. George Weah is still a celebrity, well known, and very respected now than ever. After he gave up the job as a president.
But the thing is, Jamal, this picture, right? Mobile Molu was on the boulevard and Prophet Key and he having to be in the same environment and they shook hands. Somebody took the picture and the picture, from what I gathered from my source, it was the UP people that put a picture out there to actually get to the seditions that, this guy resigned, so betrayal. That's what they're trying to do here. So I'll just put it in there for you to look at, because it was not from all the camp. It was these UP people that decided to run with it.
Listen to the story. Look how this guy, he was forced to resign. So there are a lot, you said, I'll listen to you in the background. I agree. There are a lot in the back that we don't know. If Molu can be forced to resign without asking to resign, that means that he's been constrained to resign. So he's living with a bitter heart. That guy's living with a bitter heart. So he can do anything to hurt anybody. Checking out Prophet Key doesn't mean anything. So it doesn't mean nothing to George Weah at all. It just add up to his character as a big guy. He's still a big guy. Look what happened to him. We see you guys are discussing about he and his wife being denied the VIP lunch. And people are fighting for him. Now he's not even talking. He's like somebody will go to the media and press release. Not a type person. He will go to the church and make his sermon and talk about it. But he's going to talk about it one day. But anyway, just to let you know, it doesn't bother George Weah. He has heard a lot. He has been insulted a lot of time. Molu shaking hand with Prophet Key. Prophet Key is a Liberian. Why should get shaking hand with me? But people would want to, if there was no bitter feeling between George Weah and Molu, you won't have shook hand with Prophet Key. You have said, no, I don't want to shake hand with you. But now you want to hurt George Weah feeling. But if you compare the two characters, who is the most popular, most celebrity? It's George Weah, President George Weah. So I don't think there's nothing he can worry about. He takes the credit as the president and let him go ahead and tread a different way in your life. But good luck for him.
Good luck for him. Anyway, we've been here for a while now, Jamal. It's good to join us. But before we go, and I'll be traveling to Liberia and I'll be going to River G. And I got my Land Cruiser. It's waiting for me in Monrovia to drive. So I know you came in. I just want this post I put up earlier. 62 days remaining because I don't want to be stuck in the mud. What say you on this post here? With these people, with the new government, meet all their target with the 100-day plan. Now, in the 100 days, there'll be no car. That's my own thing that I love about the 100 days plan. That's my own thing, because I'm going to drive River G. The road is bad. I don't want to be stuck in the mud. 62 more days to go. Do you think would it be possible? Because the rainy season is just around the corner. What say you?
Right, thank you. You see, Paul, one good thing President Barker did was to come up with a fixed plan. Smart, smart. He came up with a plan to say 100 days. This is deliverable. You will say the deliver, but let's be realistic here. The president can come back after 70 days. Look, fellow Liberians, we encounter a lot of stuff. We inherit a lot of problems. We cannot deliver. Give us some more days to deliver. We are forgiving Liberians. And we can see it happening. He made a statement. These are political statements, Paul. I don't think we should hold. We'll keep making these statements, holding the old man responsible for it, not delivering. Look what he's going through right now. Now, today, he named some of the last ministers. And it's still going on and on and on. But he didn't make political statement. Those political statements, something that can hold water. At some point, the old man can come back. Trust me. You will hear before the end of in his 70 days of his 100 days, you're going to come. I say, no, we said this, but we're sorry, we can't deliver because of this reason, that reason. There are many reasons they can hold on to that they can't deliver. Yeah, it's not possible to answer your question. He can't deliver in the 100 days. For now to River G, there's no, we call it like the yellow machines on the road trying to pave the way. There's none. And he's struggling even to get some money. Now you just agreed today, $41 million was just passed for you to start operation. $41 million. That's half of the budget. Not even half, 1/3 of the budget. For just to jumpstart the government. So where are they going to start? Is somebody going to come from abroad or Liberia to start working on the road without no money? No company want to start that. You got to get some money paid to them before they start the project. And we don't have probably work out all machineries to run to pave those ways. So it's not deliverable at this time, Paul. I can tell you. We expect the president or the office of the president to come and address the issue as soon as possible.
It's not deliverable. Thank you. And this is what I want. So my hope that the Unity Party build up, my hope now is just being dashed because it's not possible. They just got some money and they have not paid salary yet. Maybe all the money will go on salary, maybe. So yes, they may come up with something, but with the most experienced government that have come up with, I call it a roadmap of 100 days, and it's still appointing people. So I agree with you. It's not possible because the people they still appointing, those will be the people that's all be doing the jobs, and those people have to go for confirmation. So I agree with you. So in my mind, the most experienced government that came place to the inexperienced government. So when we get to 62 more days, then we'll do the grading compared to the experienced government and the inexperienced government in that 100 days deliverable. So yes, thank you for the clarity. So having been here for a while, I think we're going to close up, and I want to go to Sis Lou to talk to us what she think about the topic tonight, and if she can summarize it and what advice she get for my Uncle Joe, the man who's going to bring war and economic crime to Liberia, which I'm so excited about. What advice you got for the old man before we close up? Then I come to Jamal to summarize the thing.
I think what I will say to Omer Boyka, even to our supporter in 2017, but in 2000 and right after election, move on to ANC. And Mr. Boyka, your older statesman or senior citizen of Liberia and the president for our country. And I think he needs to lead by example and to ensure that he maintain the peace. Going after President Weah or former government officials, I don't think it is right. Because what he did to President Weah, he did not set any good example because he was our former vice president. He had all the protection and all the benefit that was due him, the respect that was given to him. And I'm quite sure every time he live in the country, he's going through VIP. And for him to allow the security to have stopped President Weah for the VIP lunch, this man, Bill, initiated it for himself to ensure that what Liberia about for us to be proud of something. And for him to be denied of it, I think that is not a good example that Omer is setting. So I'm appealing to him and he gangster officials, they need to put stop to it now. You people wanted the power, you're in power now. We all need to live together. We are Liberians. We do not want any more war in our country. We do not want any tension in the country because all they're doing, they're bringing so much of division, bringing so much of problems, and we don't need that. We need to respect each other. We're all Liberians. The same way citizen can have the right to work, it's the same thing. UP got a right to work too, because when Opan took over, he had UP ministers for still working in his government. And we expect the Omer to do the same thing with Liberians. We've got no other country but Liberia. Let us unite. Let us love each other. We can have our differences, but yet and stay, we are Liberians who come together and live in harmony. So President Weah, George Weah is your President Boyka, George Weah is your son. President Weah been good to you as a son. Because the wickedness you want to do to him, if he have done it to you, maybe today you won't be alive. Don't try it. He's your son. Whoever, I don't know who you listen to, who you're not listening to, you are man of wisdom, as the way the Liberian said. So we expect you. We don't want any tension in our country. We want peace. President Weah should be respected as our former president. And we love you, Omer Boyka, we love Weah the same way. So let us keep the peace, and we don't want no problem in our country. Please, please. And good night to Liberians, and I love you all. We just have to make sure that we keep the peace to our country. And thank you.
Paul, do you hear me?
Yeah.
So, Jemma, yeah, I can hear you. Before you close, I just want to recognize a few people in the comments room.
Oh, thank you very much. I want to first recognize if you're a newcomer on the show, say thank you for joining us, and always click and like the show. We will always give you alert when you come on. So I first want to say thank you for those like Honorable Joshua Tapper Jr., who's joining us from Nimba County District 1. Thanks for joining us. Also, not forgetting Anthony H. Fire. He also joining us from Liberia, I guess. Chandra Brown Chulaplay, always our loyalist. Thank you for joining us tonight. I will also say Solomon, like Sophie Adams, also joining us here. Thanks for joining wherever you join us from. We say thank you, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. And not forgetting Hakim Asana. He's also following up from Liberia, Montserrat County, Monrovia, I guess. And Patrick Weah, always with us. Thanks for joining us. We like your comments. Patrick Weah just made a comment while he was doing that. I know you're talking about Joseph. He always made some comments here. Tonight, we don't have much time to go through your comment, but we first want to recognize your presence. And all of those, probably from my end, that's what I can see. Probably you got some to read, Paul. Those are the names I have from my level here. Right now, we want to say a big thank you. If you don't comment, we don't show you. You're following us on the radio, on our YouTube, Facebook, on our Twitter. We say thank you for joining us tonight, and always follow us. We always come on. Don't forget to click the like button. We will always show up, and we'll discuss Liberia here. And if you have anything to tell us, drop your comment in the comment chat room. We will look into it. If you have questions to ask, we will ask the right people to answer the question if they could. Paul?
Yeah. So I will say thanks to all of our viewers for being with all those that have followed us via Jala TV, YouTube, and Bottomline Discussion Live. Say thanks for being with us here. It was a very good discussion that we had, and we'll be here on Friday with new edition of the program, and we'll have a full house on Friday. There are other things, the other issue we'll be looking at. Also, there's issue in the region, and we'll do some comparison coming out on Friday to discuss the vision of other country and compared to our country. Those are things we look at. And maybe before the week ends, we know that there'll be something out tomorrow, because every day there's news in Liberia. So we didn't talk about the Nathaniel Magay press conference today. He did mention something about what happened about this VIP launch, but we'll keep it for now. So on Friday, we'll be reviewing the newspaper here. There'll be a lot of stories in there. So join us on Friday. We'll have a fascinating topic to discuss here. And we're also looking forward sometime next week. I'm trying to get Yeke Koluba on the show. If he consents, then we'll have him here sometime next week. So we are pushing buttons, and it is where it is in Liberia. We hope that the new government, they do something good for our people, and when they do something good, the whole country benefit and are on board. And one of the things I like about what they did recently, that video that came out a few days about the World Economic Crime Code, if that happened, man, I'll be happy, because the whole country, we all want this to see somebody need to start something from somewhere. The culture of impunity need to stop in Liberia. So we're looking forward to the new government. Although they get 62 more days for the 100-day pledge that they gave us, although it's not possible, but fast forward, they should start beating the university students. Those are our kids. No matter what, they will always be students. They have been there for years. I will call on my good friend Kofi Woods. He's sitting in the office. He was one-time student leader over there. Anthony Kessley, another student leader. Dr. Alari Togba, he won the praising during those time for advocating this. What is wrong yesterday must not be wrong today. So I will call upon my friends to step in. Let them stop beating the students. The student marched peacefully. They didn't block traffic, nothing. They were beating. The army women were on the street. They were afraid of the soldier. They let those women to block traffic, and nothing came from other aid. So let truth be said. On that note, Jamal, I'll say it was a good show. We look forward to Friday for another fascinating discussion. Good night to you all, and it was good being here.
Good night. Good night.